Good evening, hello and welcome to this live stream. How you doing? Hello, the Fulls Words Lord. Welcome to your first live stream, or at least your first comment, so maybe your first one. Lot of new people. Koelle, or Kule, not sure. Stupid Glacian. Glacian is not stupid. It's not my favorite evolution, but it's not stupid. Or maybe you're just a Glacian and you think you're stupid. Well, either way, welcome. It's a lot of new people. Greetings from Brazil. Greetings back to Brazil. I wonder how big I am in Brazil. I mean, there's a lot of people in Brazil, so... big chance there are at least a few people in Brazil watching me. My girlfriend was complaining to me yesterday about your accent and I thought it was silly. Let me guess, you're Dutch, or at least your girlfriend is. Because of all the times I have been able to verify the nationality of people that complained about my accent, they have been Dutch every single time. See, you are as well. It's 100% correlation. Well, either, I suppose, Flemish, but, they speak Dutch. Which is actually crazy. I think you'd be exactly as big in Brazil as you are here. The physical size is not dependent on location. Haha. Well, actually, I'd be smaller in Brazil. Because it's close to the equator, which means... no, I think I'd be taller, because I go to rotating faster, so you'd stretch a bit. Right? That's how it works, right? You're also a bit lighter at the equator. I'm not exactly sure. Yeah, tiny bit. Hi, hello, hoy. Welcome. Give me some good entertainment for today. I've got the Rona and feel terrible. Well, that sucks. I hope you get better soon. Also, yeah, we're gonna do a custom scenario today made by Max. And usually, whenever I do a custom scenario, I take a look at it, you know, have a little bit of a look, not too much, but just that I know it's fit. I mean, Max knows what I like to do, so presumably he took that into account. But I'm going into this blind, and so will you, obviously. So I don't know what we're gonna do, except that the scenario is called Bumbly Pier. So we pretty much know that it's based on Bumbly Beach, and there's a pier in the beach. Other than that, I don't know. But we'll see. Gravity is not the same everywhere in the world. No. Fun fact, mountains have gravity, which is obvious actually if you think about it. But gravity doesn't always point straight down. If you're next to a big mountain, I believe like Denali in Alaska is like a very big mountain. I mean, like the Everest is of course bigger, but Everest sits on a plateau. If you go from the foot of the mountain, the sort of immediate foot to the top, like Denali is absolutely massive. So if you're standing next to Denali, then you would feel quite a force from it that pulls you downwards. Not something you can actually feel, but you can measure it. I mean, quite a force, I mean maybe, I don't know, 0.01% or whatever. Maybe even less. But it is there, and it is measurable and calculatable. Which is fun. Maybe it only gives the space on the pier to build, like Big Pier or Paradise Pier, depending on where you are. But yeah, let's take a look at the scenario. I would like to let you know that your videos made me pick up RCT again. I hope you're having fun. Okay, so at the top it's called Bumbly Pier. You've been given a permit to construct a fun fair on the city-owned pier. Maybe I do only have the pier. The city attracts plenty of people. It's up to you to lure them into your park and run a profit. To achieve a monthly income from ride tickets of at least 22k. Alright, seems doable. Let's take a look. That's taking a while to load. Oh. Wow. That is massive. That is absolutely massive. Is that like the Tokyo Skytree or something? Ow. Took about 8 days. I'm gonna take a closer look at that. But first I'm going to make a little bit of a background music. Just so that it's not that quiet. Let's see, I can't build here. Alright, let's build in there. And then we're gonna take a closer look at the city. Which looks really cool. Alright. There we go. Okay, so what do we have here? Let's start on the side. This is a lot of Wacky Worlds and Time Twister scenery, I think. And then we got some, well, skyscrapers here. I like the curved bits. They look, well, modern, I suppose. This is a metro station, I think. With a B, which obviously stands for not subway, but bubway. Looks like the Chrysler building. I don't... Is that like the Sears Tower? Is it? No, it's not. Now I know what the Chrysler building looks like. It's different. Yeah, a little bit. The top, I suppose. What's your favorite candy? really eat candy. Does this chocolate count? I like chocolate. We even got a dump truck. That's cool. That's custom scenery, right? I mean, I knew Max was working on this scenario. Because, you know, he and I talked a bit about, you know, getting custom scenery and stuff like that. And what will be an appropriate goal, which he asked last live stream. Okay, so this is not actually a ride. This is not a spiral slide. This is a scenery item. I've seen this before. Because this is too small a scale. This is just one massive scenery item. You can see, where is it? There it is. Summer Splash Water Slide. Because it's like half the size of a spiral slide. No, not spiral slide, dinghy slide. I mean, look at the kids go on the trampoline. Yeah, it's an animated scenery item. Which is a bit... It's a bit uncanny. A little bit like the Uncanny Valley. Isn't it? Then you got Orca, which reminds you of Zoo Tycoon. Actually, there's a Zoo Tycoon YouTuber called Rising Ape. I watched a live stream of his yesterday. He did a 500 sub live stream. And it was pretty nostalgic as well. And his videos are about like different fun aspects of Zoo Tycoon. For example, that jellyfish can actually be in a show, but the only thing that they can do in Zoo Tycoon is swim up and down in the show. Not do any tricks. Or a thing that was really like what I do is that for the suitability of an exhibit, if you put like quarter tile size trees, it counts the actual number, but for the happiness of the animal, depending on the number of trees, it only counts about the number of tiles that contain at least one tree. Which is very different. And that's interesting. So go check him out. The Rising Ape on YouTube. Just, you know, The Rising Ape Zoo Tycoon. You'll probably find him. So that's fun. Okay, onto this. We got a swimming pool with another spiral slide theme thing. And we got this building, which I called Bumbly Skytree. Already amazed by this map. Yeah, I just suddenly got really good at scenery and made it myself. No, not really. Max made it. Max Arceus. And it's pretty damn good. Oh, it is Dutch. We got a Dutch flag. It's like the Scheveningen Pier. And we got... Oh, these... I made kind of a beach hut with these last time. Or last time the Giga Park. My favorite village I've made, probably the 10x10 coaster World Record Progression. That was really good. And fun to make. And fun to research. Here we are. These are actually some old scenery pieces, which are also fun. You know, just little bit of standard scenery in between all the massive buildings. And then we have this red building. Which is really cool. Well, the Tokyo Skytree is on top of the Bumbly Skytree. And we have a couple of other buildings that... Let's see. The Shoreline Hotel. Some really cool hotels. Yeah, some more buildings. And a creepy eyeball? Hang on. Okay, from this angle that plane looks fairly alright, but from this angle it doesn't really. It's like a cinema thing, and then you have this massive building. This is absolutely massive. You got like fire escapes and stuff like that. You got laundry lines. I think those are actually not custom. If I remember correctly, these are actually in the game. Yeah, New York washing line. That's an actual scenery item just in the game. It's really weird. And we actually got some guests in the park already. Oh, thank you for the follow, Tesladon. Now here we have a few flower beds, which are normal scenery items. Which is kind of, you know, brings you back to reality a bit of seeing these massive buildings. They got rainbow, but hang on. Could you always... Oh, these are not the buildings, these are just fences you placed next to it. Well, you did paint the buildings. Were you always able to do that? Or are these custom paintable scenery items? Terraced house. Were you always able to paint these? I don't think I've ever placed one, to be honest. I've only seen the one pre-placed in scenarios like Bumbly Pier and Urban Park. Ooh, the guest is actually... There's a guest walking here. Where did he come from? There's a... I suppose here, and then they go through the city and stuff like that. Oh, this is cute. You got a little playground with a very fast guest on it. That's not okay. I am yes. And then we got like one of those climby things. Oh, I remember climbing in these kind of things. This red thing is so much fun. I would love to climb in. Like I have one in the Northern Monsoon, I think, which is made of rope. I climbed that during the summer, well, previous summer. Just fun. All these houses, or all these highs. I really like all these highs. And they actually got some dunes, sand dunes. Which we have in pretty much every beach in the Netherlands has sand dunes. Well, not every, but a lot of them. And ooh, we got still some extra different buildings. It's just a big city. Ooh, we got a nice little pond as well. I like this. I really like this. The metro actually goes underground to a second station next to the giant building. Oh, I see. Another B for Betro. It's called Beach Boulevard Station. Ah, people spawn from here. That's cool. Oh, we got Hollywood. Hollywood in Scheveningen. With two massive lights. This is massive. And another colorful roof here. Yeah, I'm gonna call this a Betro because there's a B, the Betro or the Bunderground or the Bubway. This is just insanity. It's truly insanity. Well done. Really well done. And then, of course, we got the beach, which is cool, but not nearly as impressive. Because it's mostly empty. I mean, there's a lot of people on the beach and rugs and stuff, and towels, but the Bond and Boob. Maybe I should have pronounced it Bube. And then we got... Ooh, we got a cruise ship. We got the Titanic, but there's no iceberg. And then we got a lot of people, not swimming, but on tubes. In the sea, just chilling. It's actually a transparent water. Ooh, we actually got a lot of growth and plants and stuff in the water as well. They're not very safe. Thank you for the sub, Odd Jobs Hat. I appreciate that. Oh, I didn't actually see your comment, Max, but you know, we're on transparent now. Yeah, they're not very safe, these... Yeah, I did correct myself to towels, like orange, but these guys are not very safe. Because there's a killer whale on the loose. Is there any more? There's a boat left behind here. Orcas have never killed a human in the wild. Well, for everything's the first time. Alright, let's check if there's something big under the pier. There's like... see-through scene... see-through scenery doesn't really do a lot if this thing I'm trying to see under the scenery is more scenery. You know what I can do? I can do cutaway view. And I don't think there's anything under the pier. Under the pier. Under the pier. No. Well, there's a building there. Is that under the pier? No, that's not even remotely under the pier. I completely lost track of where the pier was. Okay, let's actually do the park. Let's first build a queue line for this one. Why is it lagging so much when I'm building the queue line? Oh, whoops. Hang on. That was weird. Maybe it wasn't the correlation. Let's save as well. Why not? Oh, I thought I was clicking on the merry-go-round. I was like, why isn't this thing coming up? But I still had the window on the bottom. Okay. 22,000. I think that's quite easy if we're gonna take the route of just having the right price manager. So I'm going to give myself a 50% lazy tax. That means that because I'm lazy and using the right price manager, all the prices will be 50% lower, or half of what they originally were. Can you show what land belongs to you? Sure. I have no land. That's all land rights. And let's see. I can't see anything, but I presume it's the pier. Yes. And does it... Yeah, it goes down all the way. Well, I can buy a bit, so how expensive is that? 40. Support limits are off due to the supports counting to the ground rather than the pier. Which will make it kinda lame at the end of the pier, but don't abuse it. I mean, support limits are not off. That's not a scenario setting. I can do that myself. Thank you for the follow, by the way, Fris83. Welcome to your first livestream, Odd Jobs Hat. I'll see if I need the support limit thing. Okay, let's see what rights we have available. Quite a few flat rights and, you know, a few custom ones which aren't too special. Maybe I'll build a few. Drown a guest of your choice. Drown a guest on the list, but put them right next. The last guest on the list, but put them right next to the orca as a tasty snack. How long have you been testing this, mate? We're on guest 22,000. This took a lot of testing. I can't drown them there because I don't own it. So, I don't own any of the... Come on. Die. There we go. It's because I don't own any of the... Oh, this is not a right... Hang on. Is it that one that I need? Yes. Because I don't own any of the water, so I can't drown them in the water. What are the coaster options? I don't know. That's the first two transport rights. Okay, that's a bit boring. Maybe we'll unlock some later on. The transport rights are generally just boring. Okay, then we got these, which are all wooden stuff and the steeplechase. These are actually quite cool coasters. I like the side friction for some reason. I like the Virginia Reel and the wooden wild mouse because compact. I like the steeplechase. Not really, actually. I don't really like it. I don't know why I said that. I don't really like this reverser either, but the other three are actually fine. Ah, we got a Super Loopa Oopa Poopa. And we got a few other flat rides. Hello from Brazil. Ooh, another one from Brazil. Hello back to Brazil. Vinny Kid. We got a few water rides, nothing special. Ooh, we got a chili dogs and fry stall. Nice. And we got a lot of stalls. I can stall a lot with this. You know what? Let's build some stalls before I build that coaster that's being requested. Oh. There we go. I don't need expensive umbrellas. Yeah, do I have a cash machine? Is any of this a cash machine? No, that's a restroom. Info kiosk. I don't have a cash machine. Do I unlock a cash machine? You will get a cash machine. Well, then I know what I'm going for. Only shops and stalls. I don't need anything other at the moment because I have plenty. Hopefully an intense steeplechase. I can do an intense steeplechase for you, but first a few stalls. That one and... let's do balloons. Let's make them blood, because that's the color of the guests that are being devoured by the orca. Let's do chili dogs and fries, which is just a hot dog stall renamed. It doesn't do anything else. Howdy, third chair. And that one, and there you go. And dip. I want candy floss. And I want sunglasses. Oh yeah. Alright. Let's do a steeplechase. I actually only own the pier. And I can't buy anything next to it. So I'm gonna have to destroy a lot of this path. So let's go there. This is gonna be an interesting park. I'm not sure if I can actually make this as intense as I thought I could. I don't think I can reach the required speed to get the first lateral G penalty, which I wanted to get. I don't... No, this doesn't reach 60. Right? Can't reach it. Let's see. I'm actually quite close. I think I can reach it if I just go down further. Oh god, is this also path? Is there path under there? Oh no, it's not. There's just 2 layers of path that I need to remove here. That have been placed with... Okay, I actually don't want to go straight ahead. I want a turn. There you go. This is going to be annoying as hell. I can already tell you. I didn't pay attention, but I think that reached 60. Which gives, of course, the intensity penalty, which is what I'm going for. Because we need it to be intense for some reason. Would you want to present a Top Gear-like show, but for Roller Coaster Tycoon? What would that even be? I don't... Like, how would that work? I mean, obviously, I would like to be involved in something for Roller Coaster Tycoon on TV or whatever. That would be awesome, but how would that work? I got the cash machine, cool. Let's first... It's a bit buggy at the moment, this coaster boulder thing. You know what, I want you there. Just a lot of bridge action and fast and way too intense roller coasters. Okay, so I got the cash machine, so I don't need stalls anymore. Let's do well, the other 3 then. This is annoying. This is very annoying. At least I can build the path through here. But I need to demolish that path because that's not useful. And guests will get lost on that. And... should you remove the path in the version on Discord? Well, that does make it probably a little bit easier to play. You need to say super random stuff in the intro like Jeremy Clarkson. Tonight, I can't think of anything. I know what you mean. I don't know. Tonight, I pick up a rock. Max goes to a strip club. And Cody is asleep. I don't know, something like that. That's the best I could come up with. Alright, let's build another coaster. But since we have the cash machine, you know what? Let's first build a cash machine, and then we're going full on coasters. As long as Marcel kind of gets more land to build on. Well, the reason this is annoying is because, like, it's not gonna be super difficult to complete this scenario. What are the stats on this? Yeah, 5.18, 6.87, 5.48. That's not even that intense, but, you know, close enough. I got the lateral G penalty. The thing is that in order to build rides and stuff, I could just build them above the path and build path down, but, you know, then you do lose some... yeah, I could use the clear scenery option to clear the path. That's actually not a bad idea. But then it's just free money. And there are already guests everywhere. So, don't know how good of an idea that is now. And let's build another one. I don't know. There. Okay, let's build that other coaster. Hang on, how much can we loan? Borrow. It's interesting because I said loan, how much can we loan? Which is obviously wrong because it's borrow, but in Dutch they're the same word. You know, je leent, you know, it's both lenen. Which is why Dutch people will often get that wrong. Just like teaching and learning. You teach someone something, but you also learn something. In Dutch, they're both the same word. You know, you learn someone something called leren, which is like, you know, probably same etymology as learn. At least sounds very similar. And you learn something, you know. Thank you for the follow. Taste Sensation and Guppagupquig. That's the name and a half. Does it even make that? Hang on, let me test. Daniel, the mouse is really gonna go wild. What do you mean? People walk under the sports. Yeah, there's path there. Invisible path. I might be taking a job which requires me to learn Dutch. Is it hard? What is your, you know, your native language? If it's English, then Dutch is probably one of the easier languages to learn. That doesn't mean it's easy. Learning a new language is never easy. And it will take you a long time to get fluent at it. Especially because Dutch people, including me, as soon as we notice that your English is... Or that as soon as we notice that your Dutch is not very good, we will start to talk to you in English. Assuming that, you know, we know you know English. Because that's easier. For both you and me. Even though you might want to learn Dutch, we will not accept and we will continue... Well, I mean, if you ask them, they, you know, we might do it, but... It's our standard instinct to just talk in English, because we can all speak English. And if you can't speak Dutch, then, you know, we will just do English. My native is Polish, but I consider English to also be native. What do you mean? How is English also your native? If you just learned it as a second language, then no. If you've moved to England, then that makes sense. Depending on how you've been living there, you know. Okay, time to break out the ads. First I need more monies. Then I want more ads. There we go. Fix the wild mouse supports. Nope. They're perfectly fine. They're floaty boys. Alright, those ads are gonna help us a lot. We aren't making a lot of money yet, but... Oh, of course. Okay, I'm gonna delete a lot of path. I'm gonna delete a lot of path here, because this is absolutely... like... terrible path for pathfinding. Oh. I keep deleting the wrong path. You know what? Maybe it's better to just do it like this. Just keep falling through it. This is very annoying. I don't like sand. It's coarse. That reference. Ugh. Because guests are never going to find this ride. When is Roller Coaster Tycoon 3 coming out? It's already out. I'm not sure what kind of joke that is. Or if it is even a joke. Alright, let's now delete big sections of path. You know what, let's also delete the scenery. Why am I... There we go. How is the brown not path when it's also not deleted by scenery? The brown is path. Or are they big scenery items? Oh, it's large scenery. I mean, I just have to do this basically randomly because I can't see where I put my mouse. Okay, you know what? Screw it. I'm gonna delete the entire pier. After a certain point. Alright, they'll all drown. I don't care. I can't delete all those support scenery because they're not in my park. It's gonna make it very ugly. And there are a lot of lost guests now that I need to manually pick up. I'll be honest, Max, I would not have played this scenario if I knew what it was beforehand. I might have played it, but not on stream. Because this is not really a fun scenario to play at the moment. It's beautiful. It is. But this is not fun to play. And this is gonna be hella ugly. It looks well, this doesn't look amazing anymore. But yeah. I went in blind because you asked me to, but there's a reason that I don't really do that. I mean, how much did we make this month? Not even 1,000, but because the guests can't find the damn rides. Yeah, I'm going to play something else. This is not a very playable scenario. It's not been play tested. I'm the first one to play it, or to even see it. So, take this as feedback. It's fine. Let's see, are there any guests that can't find anything? Not that I think, but yeah, guests do want to go home, but presumably they can't find... Oh, their guests have been dropped when I deleted the scenery. No redeems recently, something sussy going on there in the background. People are preparing the pinks. I mean, you can pink this all you want, but... what scenario shall I play then? Go play Bumbly Beach. Oh, there is a scenario I want to show off on Bumbly Beach, which I built a long time ago and I included in several videos. But I just like it and I want to show it again. Let's see, Bumbly... It's called Bumbly Forest. And it's when I played Bumbly Beach, you didn't save. Oops, well, autosave. It does, I mean, first off, it's autosave, but then, did I need to save that? I mean, all I added made it more ugly. But this is, it's not gone. Let's just quickly, well, let's do that after this. This is Bumbly Forest. It's featured in a few videos recently. And it's basically Bumbly Beach. But then forested. I had playtested myself and built stuff a lot denser so that guests wouldn't get lost as much. Yeah, but did you also remove the path for every ride? Because otherwise there's still path, I presume you did. But yeah, you were of course very aware of that, and even though I know how guests use path, I didn't think of it. Stream cutout. I think that's your issue, not mine. You can't hear me if you didn't watch the stream. But yeah, I like what I did here. I think it's a nice forest. Not here, yeah. You missed what you said. Well, presumably you also removed the path to build the rides in, otherwise there would still be path. And you are of course aware of how terrible the pathfinding is. And I am too, but you having built it, you're much more aware of it in that particular scenario. So I just didn't think about it until it was too late. And removing the path to build the rides isn't particularly fun. Okay. I can show you the previous iteration of this. This is not called Bumbly Forest. I think it's... it's not this. This is just Bumbly Beach. What was it? I think it was the scenario playthrough, which is all the way at the S. Because I named all those with SP. There we go. Ah, yes, this is where it's empty. With 76k in the bank. And we scroll down still. And we go to the previous version. This is what it looked like before. This is just me making a lot of money in two. Okay, so I'll give you some context for this. There was Valdair was one of the mods of the Roller Coaster Tycoon subreddit was doing scenario playthroughs. Hosting like scenario playthroughs every week or so. And we all go through the scenario, and you submit your finished one. It's just a fun, community thing. It's not anything competitive or anything. But that was still in the phase where I really liked to show off my skills, so to say. So I did this. There are actually a couple of more fun ones that I did, and I'll show you all of them. I think that's interesting. There are some more fun ones, but this one is where I took 1 year to make as much money as I could in Forest Frontier, the Bumbly Bazaar. Then I removed everything. I had a fat bank account, and I just built the forest in the second year, because Forest Frontiers takes 2 years. And then I did the same in a park that has a lake. I think the lake is fairly leafy. Let's load number 1. There we go. This is money-making version. Oh, early completion is on. This is the 3rd of September, year 1. Let's see version 2. Is that even more money? No, that's empty. Alright, now let's go to the last version. Also, you may notice, lake is gone. That was quite expensive. Actually, yeah, it cost me about 70,000. Now let's go to Leafy Forest, which is basically Bumbly Forest, but in, you know, Leafy Lake. And it's there. Oh, yeah. It's a different park. That was a misclick. That was just me trying to get the lowest amount of money possible back before I knew about limits and stuff. This is what I did with Leafy Lake. There used to be a lake here. I removed it for the final thing. I don't know why. It's funny. In my first submission, I submitted this without the little lake in between. And I didn't complete the extra challenge that Valder had set. Because the extra challenge was to build a coaster around the lake. But I had no lake anymore. So I just, after that, for a second submission, I just added this tiny lake. So that this coaster was going around the lake. I like this coaster. It's featured in a few of my videos as well. And, you know, a few rides in between and a little bit faster. Not anything particularly crazy. That looks fun. The lake is hard to see anyway. Well, with all these trees, yeah. Let's see what I did for all the other ones, because I don't remember what I did for everyone. I think I started now with just Forest Frontiers SP, or SP. Did I? No, I didn't. Maybe I just started naming them SP for scenario playthrough. Ah, yes. Let's see. Okay, this is one of my ugly ones. I think the goal was like to also get some kind of park value or something. Obviously the goal wasn't set particularly high because it wasn't meant to be competitive. So my park value is 1.3 million, which smashes whatever goal Valder set. I don't remember. You know, I could look it up if I found the post again. But I'm not going to put the effort into that. And yeah, making money with the juniors and then just putting a load of park value bombs. It's not lazy. It's quite a lot of work, but it's ugly. But it is efficient, which I quite like. Let's see what I did to Dynamite Dunes. I think you guys find this interesting, right? I hope you do. I just show off some old save files and tell some stories about them. Alright, Dynamite Dunes. Okay, this looks a little bit better. It's still efficient. But I got almost 4,000 guests in the 3 years. Your oldest save. Sure. Later. And other than that, a lot of rides. I actually quite like this park. It's not particularly beautiful, but it does. It is kind of beautiful in a compact way, you know? A lot of coasters, a lot of log flumes actually, some kind of dueling ones. I like this. Next is Diamond Heights, which I probably uglified as well. Slightly. Another park value thing, because park value bombs. Okay, let's move on to the next one. There's one really cool one, which is coming up. To Evergreen Gardens. Oh yeah, Evergreen Gardens, I got like 8,500 guests. And at basically the exact moment the scenario ended, like the 4 years were over, I ran out of money. I'm in the negatives. Because my park is full. I have no income anymore. Because my park is literally full. The sprite limit, well, not anymore because sprite limit is increased, but back then I hit the sprite limit in 4 years, and so I didn't make any money anymore. But yeah, I'm kind of proud of this park. I built this in, well, 3.5 hours, 4 years. It has a few massive coasters that make a lot of money. I mean, this thing has 4,000, well, makes no money, but a lot of gas per hour. Other than that, a lot of rides, like plenty of wooden coasters. I specifically remember building this Bordeaux Red Corkscrew Coaster. I made a version without all the paths. Would you like that? Not for this stream, but maybe for another stream. Because I already have some other ideas that I'm gonna do now. And other than that, yeah, you know, lower coasters, lower flat rides. You see, I started with a couple of junior rides just to get the park going. Yeah, if you change to pay for ride, you're gonna be rich. All right, let's do that. I'll show off my oldest save file, which you've already seen before, but I made a video about it. But yeah, and anyway, I'll do it later. Let's go scenario options. Okay, the problem is that all these guests have already paid for the entrance, so they only want to pay a fourth of what they usually want to pay. So it's actually not gonna make that much. How much more do you like a pay for ride over pay for entry and the rides are free? I prefer. Well, before I had this, before that, I used to prefer pay per ride because that makes more money in the end. Then I got lazy and I figured out how to do pay for entry scenarios. So I preferred pay for entry because I was lazy and didn't want to micromanage the prices of the rides. But then I got this plugin which does that for me, the micromanaging, and now I prefer pay for rides again. But I can do pay for entry as well. You just need to figure out how to do it. It's a little bit more difficult. Okay, I'm gonna skip ahead. No, actually, I'm not gonna skip ahead. There's a few ones that I know what they are. One is is Katie's Dreamland. Oh, first, guest 1200. All right, let's see. Are they still in the park? Probably. Let's see, 1200. Yes. And gone they are. And just to make sure that it counts, I have saved. Okay, this one's gonna be fun. Well, this one's gonna be weird. Are you ready for it? The rain is so fitting here. This just makes no sense. And they're all clapping for a long time because they're tired and the animation takes a long time to play. What the heck is this? This is, I think 180? 186. So 62 per row. 186 Ferris wheels because I wanted to do something weird. This was actually very expensive. This cost me over a few months. They're about 3 in 1,000, right? So it's about 60,000. And of course also quite a bit of landscape. So about 100k in total this cost me to do. Which is quite a lot. You can't even use most of them because, you know, the enters and exit are right next to each other. But yeah. Okay, let's now do probably my best one of these scenario playthrough variants, which I still very much showed off, but I'm really proud of this. Are you ready for it? Hang on, what was it called? It's Crumbly Woods. It's not on here, then it must be under Crumbly Woods. Crumbly Woods SP, yes. Are you ready? Whoops. Not the right version. That was an anticlimax. Are you ready? There you go. I made this. Yeah, I'm quite proud of this. I've just passed the scenario as well with all the balloons. It's a world map based on, I think, the Robinson projection. And I think it's quite accurate. I mean, the UK is 6 tiles, Ireland is 1 tile, Iceland is 4 tiles, or quarter tiles. And you even got Svalbard up here. You got Nova Zembla, and I even included New Zealand. I didn't forget New Zealand. And of course the Malay archipelago is pretty much impossible to do accurately, but you can see Borneo, you can see Sumatra and Java and New Guinea and the Philippines, which are these 4 bits. Where is Taiwan? I think it just was too small to go on it. I basically just looked at the map and did whatever the closest thing. It doesn't really fit here, I think. It's... Oh no, I think this little... I think, actually... Hang on. That... These... Let me just paint them... Nope. Dang it. There we go. These 2 are supposed to be Taiwan, but they're just connected to the rest because it's too close together. But I think that those are supposed to be Taiwan. Good evening, Crazy Baboon. Other than that, I think Alaska and this coastline looks a bit wonky, but I did it the best I could. And at the time I also thought it looked wonky, but it's still the best I could do. And then, yeah, you got the Canadian archipelago, which is very difficult to do. Not Korea. Korea is these few, which are kind of connecting Japan to China, I think. Oh, no, that thing might be Korea. You're right, actually. That might be Korea, not Taiwan. And this is like Sakhalin or something, that island from Japan, from Russia. Then Taiwan apparently isn't on here. And then you got the Red Sea, the Persian Gulf or Arabian Gulf, whatever you want to call it, Caspian, Black, Mediterranean, Baltic, White Sea, a lot of seas, and Europe is tiny, but Europe is actually tiny. And you got Madagascar, you got Lake Victoria, the one blue bit. You even got the Great Lakes here. Which, there are 5 of them. There are only 4 tiles here, but they're not big enough to show up. But they are there. And you got the Antilles, or the Caribbean islands, which is, you can't do, because it's all way too small and tiny. Philippines there. Yes. These are these 4 tiny things. These 4 green flower beds. I can see my house from here. Nice. I thank you for the follow, Thardox. Where are the Galapagos and Tonga and Hawaii? Way too small. Alright. Are there any other ones here? That from the SP that I want to show you. Just want to see, what did I do in Cars and Coasters? What did I do? Nothing basically. I just removed all the trees and built some flat rides. Well, that's lazy. I was lazy back then. I still am. But not on stream. Okay, let's go oldest save file. Let's first just sort by oldest. If we sort by oldest, and there's a problem with this, because I'm not allowed to use channel points, of course. I got this current computer that I'm using almost 3 years ago, and when I transferred all my save files to this new computer, they all got the same 27/02/2019 date, which is obviously not when they were created. So I can't really do the oldest anymore. I know what the oldest is, but I can't sort it like it. But the oldest that's on here when you sort it is this one, on a very early version of Big Mountains by Matsku84. Which is not particularly interesting. But if we go to the actual oldest I own, it's not my save file. I know the name. It's called another hack.sv4. 4. And this is from 2000, I think? Or 2001? Something like that. It's from before Roller Coaster Tycoon 2 came out. I found it somewhere on a shady site on the internet. Well, shady is... I'm not sure if it was shady, but it includes some hacks. you know, I've shown this on stream before, because people keep asking me about my oldest save file. You know, it's got a pirate ship in water. It's got underground ride, which, like, this is not possible in RCT1. You know, it's got scenery, like, zero clearance into there. It's got these next to each other, which is not possible because, you know, the stations, and it's got floating scenery, which is not possible in RCT1. It got a tree on the mini golf, and, you know, a lot of stuff that just shouldn't be happening. But this is pretty cool. And it just got shuttle loops, because of course it has shuttle loops. Now the oldest park I own that I made is one that you've seen before plenty of times. I've showed it off plenty of times. I've made a video about it. It's this one. It's my Overcrowded electric fields. It's from 2013. When I made this, I was done around December 2013. And it's quite big. And this is the inspiration to the Overcrowded Forest Frontiers. And I think this actually looks nicer because of the shape of the park. Is the music too loud, by the way? I'm specifically speaking up because for me the music is now louder than in other parks. Must be amazing to connect paths. Oh, it was a nightmare. Especially here. Okay, music is a bit much. There we go. So you see this like entry path of the magic carpet and the exit paths. I remember they specifically were nightmares to connect. I don't know why actually. It seemed like it would be rather easy. Maybe it was another one. Some ride around here was a nightmare to connect. Maybe it was a different ride. Maybe I was also just not as good at the game as I was back then. Yeah, this was done without OpenRCT2. It was also done without any trainers, except that at some point I did use a trainer to basically fix vandalism and remove all litter cheats. Because my handyman couldn't keep up and I was stuck at about 7,500 guests. Then I used trainers to fix the park basically, but not build anything, just fix the park. And I got almost 1,000 more guests because my park was suddenly better. But yeah, look at these spots. These spots here are much worse than in Overcrowded Forest Frontiers. But the reason why I think this looks better is because it's basically around this park, and it's kind of shaped like, you know, half a sphere, like a dome, which looks really nice. I particularly like this black wooden coaster. And that just makes for a nice shape. A trainer, it's program that you use to alter games and hacking games, cheating games and stuff. The trainer I used was a very popular one for Roller Coaster Tycoon. It was called 8 cars per trainer, because you could have 8 cars per train on every ride. I think that was basically the original idea for it. And then they just added and added, kept just adding extra features over the years when they developed it or something like that. Okay, let's go to Overcrowded Forest Frontiers, because that's a fun one as well. Which is, of course, quite recent. I built it about a year ago. I made a video about it very recently. There we go. That's this one. Now, in terms of density, this one's better. Much better. It's a smaller park. It has more rides, more roller coasters. It's just better. But because of the shape of Forest Frontiers, it doesn't look as neat. But then again, if you just a screenshot like this is just amazing. Like, imagine trying to count the rides in just this. Or just this. There are so many tiny things. Like, I see... Like, back here, there is a support of a pirate ship. There's just so many things. Problem I had with 8 cars was that if you used the cheat to make the sick guests well, they never left their benches. Huh. I didn't experience that, but maybe I never used that cheat. I do like, actually, that this area is kind of sort of secluded. And there are some, like, neat gems here. I remember this spiral slide. Look at the queue line, how it's going. That was a nightmare to connect. I remember that. I remember at some point I built a ride here. I'm not sure if it was spiral, it was some ride. And I just couldn't connect it, so I just gave up on it. And then later I tried again, and I was able to connect it. Because mostly I think that I just gave up for the exit path, just made it go underground. There are just a few paths underground here. Not many. If I do this, you can see that that's all that there is underground. And these aren't even underground. They're just very lower to the ground. Which is basically the same as underground, actually. There's an empty spot on the left. Maybe one more burger. Well, I could do that now, but at the time I built this, I reached the height limit. Right limit. Also, we got a sandwich of 2 dodgems with a maze in between as, like, I don't know, the cheese or the ham or whatever. It's just so dense. I mean, just look at this. The density of all the paths. The path doesn't go nearly as high as it does in Electric Fields. Like, it does go high in a couple of places. Like here. I can actually show you. I have a save file which like is the only path. This is the park, but only the path. Which is quite a maze. The coaster through the loopings with the S-bend and the side of the park was amazing. Well, thank you. I like that as well. I think like this is the highest point of path in the park, but it's, you know, it's only going through or to a ride. Yeah, or these are maybe. They're only going to rides, not like through, like not through fairs or anything. Okay, there's actually a folder that I have. It's called Peter's RCT1 save. Now that's not my brother. I haven't looked at most of these. I just downloaded them from somewhere. I think someone put them on a Discord server. Well, someone, probably Peters himself, did it. Let's see, what's the oldest here? Let's just sort. Okay, the oldest is from 2003. So this is Bumbly Beach. This was built in Roller Coaster Tycoon 1. And this was built in 2003. 19 years ago. Which is a long time. I quit the Bumbly Beach scenario, Beauty Python, because it wasn't really a good scenario. It was beautiful, but it wasn't really nice to play. They should probably change the title to... Let's see, RCT, I don't know, going through cool save files. That's good enough. This is, it's kind of like a little time capsule. Look at what he did here with the water for whatever reason. This is the first time I'm seeing this as well, by the way. Cute little bobsled. Oh, thank you for the follow. I'm a pannenkoek. He still got the queue line for the starting coaster that he deleted. Oh, he does. For Big Dipper. Yes. How cool would it be if Peter was actually in this stream right now? He probably isn't, because he would have said something already. But that would be cool if he saw this. Okay, Arid Heights. Oh, I like this already. This is just cool. Ooh, nice. These are really nice dueling coasters. I mean, they're kind of automobiles. I thought they were both broken down, but the chances are not really very high. Thank you for the follow, K. Miller. Is there a scenario which you haven't played through? Yeah, a few RST1 scenarios that I couldn't be bothered by. Bothered with. Ooh, we got a stand-up. I like a good stand-up. And he actually painted his Cheshire Cat multiple colors. I only figured out how to do that like 4 years ago, 5 years ago or something. I always thought it was a developer-only option. You got a couple of pre-builds which have it, like Liberty Loop and Lunar Launcher and stuff. But now you can easily do it. He also did it here. Plenty of rides that he's done it. Nice little Martian area. Now you gotta remember that in Roller Coaster Tycoon 1, no ride, like the concept of a banked sloped turn, did not exist. All these turns are unbanked because, well, that's the only thing that existed. And all these banks were only, like, the wooden banks were not banked this much. They were only like 15 degrees or so. So they were much less banked. But of course that doesn't render in this. Roller Coaster Tycoon 2 doesn't have the renders for that. Oh, thank you for the 7 months, Witchwake. Lateral G-forces. I love me some lateral. They're not very high on this. They're only 184. That's like almost a point below the max before you get a penalty. So that's nothing crazy. I like this narrow ride. It seems to be only 2 tiles wide. Which is a concept that I've done as well a couple of times. We designed a whole challenge around it a few years ago. That a bunch of people played. A narrow coaster, so which is fun. I really like the way he did it here. It's done very well. And these are not scenery items. I suppose he made a mistake here. I suppose that's... hang on. Oh, it's not a mistake. It's angled away from me. Ah. These are not scenery items. This is just ground. Which is how you used to make buildings in Roller Coaster Tycoon 1. Because shift wasn't invented yet. I mean, meaning that you couldn't stack items. Like this thing is standing on ground. It's not scenery. And that is why you had like these kind of building-y terrain edge textures and stuff. Because you used to make buildings with that. I mean, if you do this, you know, kind of looks like a building with a big hole in it. But, yeah, you know what I mean. If you, like, do that, and then you make it like that, make it like that, now we have a building. Ask a geography question. Alright. Alright, let's see Peter's most recent scenario. All the other ones, I think, yeah, 2010 and later, which is not that long ago compared to 2003. This is, I think, it's 2018. I think this is also built in Roller Coaster Tycoon 1. For some reason, I have a feeling I've already seen this. Maybe I opened it myself. Maybe posted it on Reddit. Or maybe I have not seen it. I've just seen something similar to it. Yeah, this, I mean, it's pretty, but there's not a lot special about it. Not very much themed. He bought a bit of land. I think you can buy quite a bit of land here. Let's see, yeah, you can actually buy quite a lot of land in Pacific Pyramids. Alright, let's see if there are any more exciting save files that... I can't really think of any very exciting save files at the moment. Oh, your favorite party park. Oh, I can tell you that. So, I've made a massive Giga Park. I've made a massive Mega Park. There are both very lot of scenery and stuff. Both did it on stream. You know, the Giga Park I'm still working on. Both are not my favorite. My favorite is this one. I did it in one stream. It took me around about 3 hours. And I love this. I absolutely love this. I feature this in my videos a lot. The only downside is that there are too many guests with balloons, which doesn't look very nice. The last time I used a shot from this park, I just clicked the win scenario button just to get rid of the balloons. But other than that, I absolutely love this. It's so classic Roller Coaster Tycoon 2. You know, with the flower beds and the fences. Okay, so scenery tip. I shouldn't be giving scenery tips, but scenery tip from me. If you want your stuff to look classic RCT2, if you want to post it very nice, make it very nice and neat, fence everything. Build fences around everything. They look nice. They are very classic RCT. They make it look a lot more orderly, but not like anything too orderly, unless you like make all your squares the same size or whatever. And you know, like the tent entrance and stuff. It's very. I just love it. But yeah, fences. Fences are the way to go. The laterals on the Wild Mouse, they're fine. They're only 222. Yeah, it does got a penalty because it doesn't have a drop high enough, but that's fine. Yeah, fences are great overall in game and in real life. I suppose so, yeah. They do have a very good function. Also, mining, like a mine area with dirt and there's like pine trees and a big wooden coaster and it's just, I don't know, just wonderful. Oh yeah, the small beach section. You know, the reason why the small beach section works is because of the fences. They fence it off nicely, which means that it can kind of be its own thing and it doesn't look out of place at all, I think. Also, you know, these little things on hills, which I did here with the yin and yang Ferris wheels, which I think is rather lovely. And there you got, you know, you have all kind of interesting themes and stuff. My favorite themes are just the standard ones. Basically, the 6 standard ones that you cannot disable. Well, you can now in Open RCT2, but you cannot disable them even when you make a scenario in Roller Coaster Tycoon 2, Vanilla, and presumably Classic as well. These trees are so good. I mean, especially the pink and the yellow one, which I used to decorate the Wild Mouse. And then you got these fences, which are all really, really good. And the walls, which are classics. And then you got these with the fountains. And yeah, it's just so good. It's just absolutely amazing. And these are more, you know, more utility than they're necessarily beautiful. But, you know, benches and bins do kind of live up your path. They make it more lively. That's what I want to say. Yeah. I wanted to show off another thing that I had, but then I got distracted and I forgot what I wanted to show off. Well, let's see if there are any other interesting parks, because I've built a lot of interesting parks in my time. You know, I could do what I've done before. You could just have you guys pick one from here while I do something to the channel points, because some are not really, like, we're not going to build a coast. We're basically not going to do any of the channel points at the moment. No one's redeeming them, but I'm just disabling them just to be sure. Except 2. Also, I entirely missed that geography question. Was it ever asked? Because I did look at it then, but no, it was never asked. Well then, wasted channel points for you then. Rusty River. Ah yes, this is a scenario, custom scenario, where you start with 5 coasters and you had to finish them, right? Yeah, with 7 points to excitement. Hey, thank you for the. Hang on, did you just immediately get 6 months? Rising Ape. Because I know you just started following me on Twitch. I think. Can you do that? Get 6 months in one go? Because I don't think you've been subscribed for 6 months, right? Anyway, thank you. But yeah, these coasters are in place. I would never place them. Yeah, it was a fun challenge. Also, the Rising Ape. That's the guy I was talking about earlier. The Zoo Tycoon guy. Go check him out on YouTube. It was a fun challenge to build all these rides. And get 7.2 excitement on them. Wasn't too difficult, but... You know, it was a fun medium challenge. But yeah, nothing too much special about it other than that. Oh, they paid for 6 months, the streak is only 1. Ah, okay. That's a lot of Forest Frontiers. Alright, pick one from here. Oh, I see one. A very, a slightly inappropriately named one. Let's see if anyone picks it. Meanwhile, while I take a sip of water. Staying hydrated is a good idea. Wishful Woods. You guys really have a knack for... Never mind, I thought I didn't build this park, but I did. And I rather uglified it. These things, these reverser coasters are not mine, they came with the scenario. I think this is one of Mayan SOS's. Or is it an original? Hang on, is it one of Mayans? Yes it is, number 9. Mayan SOS scenario pack. Really like RCT1 style scenario packs, really good. Yeah, I uglified it with big wooden coasters. What's the goal actually? The goal is to get 1450 guests at the end of year 3. I got about 1800. I think I just played through these very relaxed. You know, not putting in much effort, just building fun rides. Wrong water splash. I think that's a failed idea. Let's see. Yeah. Hang on, what happens if I test this? Okay, we get no water splash. I think the idea was... I think I built this... What's that? Oh. I suddenly felt... Okay, I suddenly thought I heard my phone, like, vibrate. Which is weird, because it's not on vibrate, but something else... like in the, I don't know, apartment next to me or something. Anyway. I think this was for the cursed... what is it called? Cursed rides video. And it didn't work. I was trying to do like have a water splash, but have it like occur in the wrong area, like behind the ride or something like that. I scrapped the idea. Weird ass monorail. I think that might also. Maybe that's also an idea. Yes, this is also for the cursed park, but this one did work. It's basically 2 monorail trains, which are both on the same station. And then one loads up, but then the wrong train departs in the wrong direction. This is obviously not the final version, but it worked, yes. You know, obviously it looks a bit less weird in the final thing, but the idea is that... I'm not going to set it up right now, because that's a fair bit of effort still. But if you watch the video Cursed Rides, the very first one, so you'll be able to see it. And I want to see Wenny World. I think it was Weenie World. I know what that is. It's a custom scenario. And it is a rather nice one. It's themed around hot dog. Hell yeah. I did not make this. All these custom scenarios that I'm playing, I have not made. There are like 1 or 2 custom scenarios that I've played that I've made. All these other ones are not made by me. This was made, I think, if I remember correctly, this was made by Gustav Goblin. I'm probably wrong on that, but that's for some reason I have that connection. Gustav Goblin is the guy who built Vortex in the 10x10 coaster video. Might be someone else entirely, but... Oh, you can see Mind Mania here. Mind Mania features in tomorrow's video. And, you know, a few custom rights and stuff. Nothing too special. Saying the massive wiener isn't yours. Well, this one isn't. So what's the scenario I've made? Okay, so there was at some point, like 2017 or something it was, OpenRCT2 was like, okay, we want to kind of create our own scenario list, which I'm not sure if it has ever happened, but they had people submit scenarios for like an own scenario pack, which came from OpenRCT2 and stuff. And I made one that was still in my, you know, show-off phase. A lot of these save files are from that, because I played it a lot back then. And I made a scenario that was basically super difficult. And it, like at the time, basically only I could complete it. And I don't think anyone's ever played it. I posted it on Reddit. It obviously got downvoted to 0 votes because it was terrible. I thought it was great at the time. I thought, yeah, people like the challenge, and you look at me, how good I am. I can easily beat it, and yeah, there's a reason that no one's probably ever played it. It's called Quackland. I like the backstory I've made with it. It's this one, and it's quite a massive scenario. I actually quite like... Well, the forest is too dense and doesn't have any shrubbery, so it's not the best. But it's also not terrible, the outside of the park. I tried to make it look nice a little bit. This is how it starts out. No, this is the completed version. This is the save file. So you start out with just nothing. Like, no scenery, nothing. Just whatever's outside of the park. Okay, so the lore is... Scrooge McDuck has a spare plot of land and has appointed you to develop a very successful theme park on it. Being who he is, Scrooge is giving you a very small budget and a very limited time frame. According to him, the entry price can't be high enough. I remember having to rewrite this several times because of the character limit for the description. I kept hitting it. So the goal is to get 1 million park value in 3 years. At the time, I thought that was nigh impossible, and only I could do it because I was the best at Roller Coaster Tycoon and la 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 la, you know, all that kind of stuff. Eventually, this is, you know, what I know now. I'm a lot better now than I was back then. I can do 1 million in a year because park value bombs. I didn't know about park value bombs back then. I could also think... No, this is not paper ride. This is paper entry, but guests are insanely rich. Yeah, I charge 150, so I make a lot of money. Also, I think the loan is... Yeah, you can't loan anything. You start, I think, with 10k and that's it. Let me just load it up. Let's see. Probably under expert parks. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, you start with 10k and you get nothing more. Where's the entry? There's the entrance. You do get, I think, basically every ride. Well, not every ride, but a lot of rides anyway. So, yeah, it's not that difficult if you just do park value bombs and just build a lot. You can easily, like charge a lot because the guests are filthy rich for the entrance, so you can make a lot of money with that. But yeah, this is the only real scenario that I've made. Obviously, all the ones in the test park are technically scenarios I made, but it's like, I don't know, if you go to, let's see, this one. This is a park in the scenario I made. Yeah, doesn't really work like that, does it? Also, these 2 and 4 are from when I did the top 5 worst coaster types. And I built the numbers for, you know, number 1 and stuff out of coaster tracks. Which I never used again because I thought they were quite ugly and I used different stuff instead. for other top 5s and top 10s I did later. Alright. Let's do this again. You know what, let's just go from here. Pick any save file scenario that you can see, and I'll open it up. I'll tell you a bit about it. Well, you know, what I've been doing so far. How many save files do we have in total? About 2,300, which is not that much. Big Brain... Wait, that's not a save file. I thought it was a save file for a minute. Louis, that's also not a save file here, right? That can't be, because we're not in the L. I probably have a save file called Louis, but... I want to see the one from before named something Dick. It's an empty park. It was for a Discord joke, you know. The Discord joke would say playing OpenRCT and then playing park name. So I named it something root so that it would be, you know, root thing. Simfox was one of the guys on a Roller Coaster Tycoon server. Okay, you want to see 20 Louis. Okay, so this was the 20th entry for a competition I think it was for Defunct. Funnily enough, that competition was created by Simfox. And this is not made by me. Made by, unsurprisingly, Louis. Or Lou, as he's sometimes called now. And it's... Oops. Yeah, it's only meant to be viewed from this side. It's rather nice. It's just a little tiny park. With a wild mouse in it. A rather nice wild mouse. You know, you got some tracker texture from like the boardwalks and stuff. And yeah, it's cool. Okay. 12 by 12 Latius. Well, let's see. Whatever I have, that's called 12 by 12. I think I know what that is. Oh, Latius Oro. Okay. This is not made by me. This is made for a challenge that I created. And because at some point, for a while, I used to create challenges that were stat-based on different Roller Coaster Tycoon servers, Roller Coaster Tycoon and Friends, and people would actually participate in them. It was quite nice. I think the challenge here was to get the highest nausea rating you could in a 12 by 12 park without getting excessive intensity. It was something like that. I'm not sure exactly. It was something with the highest nausea in a 12 by 12. This is only 7.4, so this isn't a very good entry. By the way, I won that challenge. Yes, I participated in my own challenges. Let's see, I think Stu did really well. Okay, so yeah, this is Stu's. It has 47 nausea. And 7.5 intensity, which is quite high. It gets that because it has 1921 seconds of airtime, which I recently found out, well, recently, I think half a year ago, that the airtime actually doesn't give excitement in Roller Coaster Tycoon 1 or Roller Coaster Tycoon 2 Vanilla. That's an open RC2 thing, and it's wrong. I should report that at some point as a bug. I kind of don't want to because I've been using it a lot. I always thought it was real, but well, it was real, but only real and open. Anyway, it goes really slowly through inline twists, which give it airtime, and that's how you get the nausea. Let's see if I can find my entry. I think I won this. Okay, I have quite a few here. So yeah, this is basically this. Ah yes, 49.69, which is almost 50. Guests won't write this because it's too nauseous, but yeah, it's basically the same premise, just executed a little better. Thank you for the 3 months. More Cowbell 72. I appreciate that. And you know, I had a lot of experiments here. Like this is before. I think Stu came up with this trick. Either he or I did. This is from before that. This one has 11.09 and also 10 excitement. How does this have a lot of boost, I suppose? These are actually crazy stats. 10.49 excitement, 9.99 intensity, 11.09 nausea. I remember building this, and the nausea rating was like weird with all the path bonuses, because then you build path and you retest it, and then you get like different nausea, like a lot more, and you retest it and you get like more again, or something like that. It was really strange how this all worked. And it was, yeah, kind of the Wild West of discovering this stuff. I think probably 2018. I think this was before I did the calculator video. Maybe a little bit after that. I'm not sure. It's quite a few years ago. Anyway, do you think you could do Razor Rocks without opening the park? Let's see. I did do Razor Rocks. Let's open up my completed version. I did Razor Rocks in a funny way, by the way. Let's see. I did it with only 10 by 10 coasters. What's the maximum nausea rating that guests will ride? I don't know. But something around 11, 12 or something like that. Yeah, I did only 10 by 10 coasters. So the goal is to get 10 excitement coasters of 6. Alright, let's see. Let's open Razor Rocks. I'm not gonna do it, but I'm gonna see if it's doable. So let's get some music. Why don't we hear Rockstar? Oh, we can hear it. It's just quiet. Let me make it louder again. I made it quiet because a loud park earlier. Okay, so how much money do we have? We have 25,000. So I have roughly 4,000 per coaster. I can't, there's nothing to sell here except, well, a little bit of path. You can do the wild mouse in less than 4K. The other wild mouse, you can probably do the junior with like heavy scenery. I can probably do this. Yeah, I'm pretty positive that you can do this. The wooden coach is going to be a bit tricky, because even the cheapest one that gets no stat penalties is... actually, this is only 4,700. You know what? Let's do this. Let's give it a shot. Let's reopen it. And let's do this. Hang on. Where is it? And I might make a video about it. I mean, not from this live stream directly. I would, redo it again for the video and stuff. Okay, I think this one will get 6. If we do it right. There we go, music. There. Okay, I'm only going up to 7 laps. Because that's the max you can do in RCT2 Vanilla. Okay. Let's see. This is easy to go under 4,000. What's the cheapest one? There we go. 1,092. It doesn't quite have 6, but we'll fix that later. Also, let's just go for roller coasters only. Let's see if we unlock anything interesting. Actually, let's just try to do it with the 10 we got. Because I think that's possible as well. Unless this counts... No, Steel Mini is not the same as that, right? You know what? Let's just build the exact same design as we did for the Junior. Unless it can't do multiple laps, then we need to do something different. Can I do multiple laps? It can. Beautiful. And let's also increase the chain-lift speed. Awesome. We'll fix it later with scenery and stuff. Okay. This one, not yet available. Then let's go Woody. Now let's do the Woody at last, because it's the most expensive. Compact inverted, I think. How expensive is this? 1625. Okay, we're gonna do this, and then we're gonna alter it a bit. We're gonna put in a corkscrew. Oh yeah. Cause more excitement. And, I don't know, let's make it do 5 laps. Just more laps give more excitement. That's how that works. Okay, I should have a cheap mini somewhere. Okay, the mini might need to be a little bit bigger. I already have basically 4 coasters done. Okay, let's actually do these, by the way. We're only at 4.12. That's not a problem, though. Okay, first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna give it a little boost with a little sink. You can't actually do this in a Roller Coaster Tycoon 1. You actually need to make this a functioning coaster, which isn't very expensive anyway. And then we're gonna do some scenery. You know what? Let's just... There we go. Scenery for all the 3 coasters. How many laps is it set to? 7. We're also gonna do a little bit of Path Bonai. I like me some Path Bonai. There we go. And, okay, that's 5. Okay, we need to make this queue line. We can still do a lot more bonuses for it. Or we'll just, you know, make it a little bit more exciting and stuff. Okay, this is already at 592. Which means that it's very easy to... let's see, where's a nice angle? Ah, that's not high enough. We just need 1. There we go. That's gotta be enough. Don't give people Bonai. Different kind of Bonai. Okay, this is at 560. We can't really do synced stations here, so we'll do it all with Path. Just fine, which is quite cheap anyway. And then, yep. And then we'll do a few more. Like that. Don't know if that's enough, but see you later on. Okay, this is at 404. It's still quite low. Have you ever made a coaster with 10 excitement, intensity, and nausea? Yes. I've done much higher. I've probably done all 20. I think well, with cheats I've done like all above like 50. But that doesn't really count because, you know, cheats. Okay. What if we make this smaller? I want a lot of scenery stuff here. There we go. That's a lot easier. And then we want path here as well. And some path next to it might be nice. Oh, and under it as well. Under here. Under there. Alright. Have fun, Max. Okay, 590. That one's almost there. I'm gonna place some path below it. Maybe this is more expensive than I thought, all this scenery stuff. I'm not sure if I'm gonna make it, actually. Okay, this one's done. So, we're not gonna spend any more money on you. We're just gonna close it. And this one is... well, should almost be done once it recalculates. This one's at 5.43. You know what? Let's give it a little underground section. Yeah, why not? Because it goes through that a lot of times. And then also... let's make it have some underground path bonai. Yep. There you go. Did you do the loan when you restarted? No. Yeah, okay, so we have 4 coasters. And we're basically exactly on schedule. The problem is that these are the 4 cheapest coasters. Okay, we did the junior. And I presume we did the wild mine, right? Yes. We haven't done this one quite yet. 541. I'm not sure if this is doable, folks. I'm not sure if this is doable. Because... stuff. Well, let's continue. The loan interest is only 1% in every scenario. Okay, you know what I'm going to use here? I'm going to use reverse incline mode. I'm going to make it a shuttle loop. Because it's cheaper. There you go. And then we're gonna go higher chain lift speed. Set it to, I don't know, 4 laps. Not complete circuit. Let's go circuit. Let's do reverse incline mode. There we go. Going into the rock, make it exciting, make it too expensive. I think that would be too expensive. Okay, let's fix this one. Let's make it have an underground section here. There you go. If this wooden coaster works, then that would be lovely. Okay, we also need to do this one. I don't think this one can do multiple laps. Because mouse rides can't really do that. Luckily, these seem to have high excitement ratings, all of them. So it shouldn't be too difficult to fix these. You know, a little bit of path there. And then a little bit of path there. And a little bit of path there. Don't need those. There's a little bit of money back. You know, we gotta be stingy. Wooden coaster doesn't make it through the loop. Oh, you're right, it doesn't. Does that matter though? Yes, because it doesn't get the stats. Oh, right, it still has the length requirement. Which is stupid, but... At least, because we go back and forth, we don't need to make it as long. Okay, this should work. Okay, that's 5 done, but we're also... No, that's 6. Pretty much done, I think. 594. Okay, that's almost done. I'm just gonna make that a little bit more path. And then that's done. Okay. Should be done anyway. And a wooden coaster. If it's long enough, it should also count. And then the other one should pretty much be done. Right? 551. Okay, it's not quite there. Okay, you know what I want to do? I want to make this cheap. I probably waste a lot of money on those bull rushes, which I did at the start. I'm gonna make this a little bit longer. Because then we can synchronize it. And that is a cheap excitement boost. We'll use the junior coaster, which is very cheap. So maybe, I think the wooden wild mouse was cheaper, but it's like nothing. That's like, I don't know, 4 cheaper or something. Okay, we got the classic mini coaster. Let's not waste any more money testing that one. Let's see where we are with the Woody. Okay, it is not long enough. Damn it. Okay, you know what I'm gonna do? 370 meters. We need... Okay, that's long enough. Could have built this in a better spot, because we're a bit more above the ground than we need to. But we are still ahead of schedule. Wait, why did I say 4,000 per ride? That math was entirely wrong. That's why it's so tight. I only have 2,500 per ride. It's because I accidentally divided the money I had by the excitement rating instead of the number of coasters. No one pointed that out to me. I think you guys didn't notice either, or you just didn't point it out. Do you like any type of game pads? I don't think I've ever used one. So I don't know. Okay, so no one noticed that my math was wrong. But it is very wrong. Thank you for the follow, Casual Zever. Can I be honest? I just thought you knew what you were talking about. Okay, so you did notice, but it's like kind of like appeal to authority. Okay, we've done. Well, we haven't done the mini coaster yet. We haven't done the side friction yet. And we haven't done the stand-up yet. Stand-up is gonna be horrible. Okay, let's just quickly see. If we go to inventions list. What's the first? Oh, swinging suspended coaster is the first one. Then we got mine train, which is also an expensive one. Bobsleigh, hardline. The first 4 you unlock are all terrible for cheap coasters with 6 excitement. Virginia Reel is good. But I'm not spending 2,000 to get the Virginia Reel. Because, you know, it would be 5 months of max research. Well, you could do it in 1,000 if you go like 10 months of min research. Because that's 4 times cheaper, but only twice as slow. Hey, the wooden roller coaster now misses... does it not have enough lateral G-scores and does it go fast enough through the dumb thing? There you go. Something. It had a stat penalty suddenly. Or did it still have a stat penalty because it wasn't 370 meters long? Since when is the mouse point just a claw sometimes? Is it? Was it? I don't know. Hello Martin, everyone here. First time catching Marcel live. Well, you're trying to catch me live in a presumably impossible scenario. But, you know, I will try until I die. Can the stand-up do multiple laps? That might be... Also, I'm really concentrating these way too much. I have all the space in the world. It can do multiple laps. Okay, let's make it do... Okay, 6 laps. Just for maximum inversion excitement. In the inventions list there was a claw. Oh, that's because you can drag them around. Like... where was it? Well, it doesn't matter. I'm not inventing anything. I never realized that was a claw, actually. You noticed, but I didn't. Okay, let's see what the stand-up gets to. 666 inversions is a lot, so that will help. And that was cheap. Okay, let's see what we can do here. I've not been very optimal. Which is good, because that means there's a lot of room for improvement. The science fiction can't do multiple laps. I'm pretty damn sure of that. Which is unfortunate. Because this one's, for example, way too expensive. And this one is almost like already like on, and I still gotta improve it. Okay, how about the Woody? Still not long enough. Oh, it is long enough. Hang on. Which... Are we missing a negative G requirement? I think we're missing a negative G requirement. Okay, you know what we're gonna do? There we go. There you got your negative G's. Like, G's. Okay, I think we can remove that thing. And that should be fine. I watched all of your YouTube videos, but hard to catch you on Twitch. It's afternoon in Canada. Well, welcome to your first stream. I almost live on Sundays, so it should be a little bit easier generally. It depends on whatever you do. Maybe you work on Sunday. Okay, which do we need? Oh god, a steeplechase. I don't think this is possible. Well, maybe it's possible if I do my if I'm more careful from the start. Like if we go with the cheap steeplechase, or the cheeplechase, we need like 2 more excitement. Maybe you could link the codes together, the ones you make. But I think then if like most of these are way too tiny to have any kind of linkage, which is a problem. Okay, this one is not too expensive. Okay, so the stand-up is basically done. Because you just, you know, slap that on it. Do the synchronizy bit. Do a few pathy bits. And then you're absolutely fine. Then we'll go that way around. That way. Dip, 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 dip. I don't think that'll quite get us there, so let me do a few more boni. Like, one more of those. I mean, this does add up. All of these tiny things. Yeah, I could have built some of these next to each other, you're right. Okay. And this one should be done as well. Yeah, 6:13. The woody is too intense. I'll just kick off a lap then. This thing. 6:06. Perfect. Okay, so at the moment we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 coasters. So we have a little bit more than 3,000 per coaster left. Assuming I've actually done the woody this time. Okay, you know what? Let's just... This is 1711. And you say, you know, I could make them synchronized, but then again... I mean, you get a little bit of other bonuses, but this is very cheap to do. So it doesn't really matter. Okay, we're gonna go all out with 10 laps. This thing can do multiple laps, which is particularly useful. Oh, before I forget, I also want to do underground here. There you go. I'll do that 10 times, which will give quite a bit of excitement, actually. Then we're gonna do a little path boni. You know the stuff. There you go. You don't need that or that or that or that. Alright, let's see how high we get. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna make it a little bit longer. The station in particular. So that we can have a 3-car train. Oh, thank you for the 5... Hey, T West. Hello. Welcome. Thank you for the 5 gifted subs. I was surprised by getting 5 gifted subs, which is a lot. Thank you for that. Then I was surprised it was you. You're very welcome in this stream. You make good videos. Okay, 2 cars per train. I want longer still. For anyone who doesn't know, T West makes Age of Empires 2 videos, and they're quite enjoyable. They're sort of similar to mine in that they're about, often about exploits and stuff. I think you also stream. Yeah, I was in your last live, well, not your last, but one of your recent live streams, which was quite good. You're sort of like a mix between Spirit of the Law and T90, I would say. Ah, music. Okay, now this piece of path is entirely... Oh, we need more laps. I want my 10 laps back. There we go. Now that piece of path is entirely in the wrong position. Much better. Don't the path bone multiply with more tiles? They add, but yeah, diminishing returns. Okay, the wooden coaster, how's that doing? 5 of 4, it's still too intense. So let's knock off another lap. 6 inversions is too much for the woody. Someone had to lay down the letter of the law. Well, that's spirit of the law. Oh, so that's the law, spirit of the law. It's a joke, I only got after I said that. Alright, see ya, more cowbell. Okay, we have 8 now, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. Yes, 8. And we have almost 4,000 left per coaster. I think the Woody's got it now. I don't know how far along this one is. I don't think this one's there yet. We probably need still that. So we probably have like 3,500 for the roller coasters. I'm not entirely sure. But they are the steeplechase and the hang on. Oh, side friction. Yes. You can't really force excitement on the side friction, can you? So I'm gonna build this one. Yes. And then I'm gonna make it synchronize with, I don't know, this thing. It's absolutely, oh, it's more expensive actually than the Junior. Junior is just dirt cheap. Then, oh, you can do more. Oh, that's a Junior. Never mind. Let's just test for this, sake of testing. Oh, you can do more laps on this. Actually, you can. Wonderful. 6 laps. Hell yeah. That's gonna help a lot. Also, sync. Presumably it can synchronize. Yes, it can. Okay, has this thing done its 10 laps yet? Oh, 6.47. Easy. Yeah, I'm gonna keep it running. Cause music. Maybe this is doable after all. Alright, let's see what we're gonna do with this. I think I might want a little bit more for the steeplechase. But I can use this as a base design. But what I do want is I want a little bit longer station so that I can sync from it. That should do. And just a little bit higher of this, just for some length points and some G-force points and stuff like that. Can it do multiple laps? It cannot. That's unfortunate. So that one's gonna need a lot of decoration. But we have a lot of money left. We've placed all our 10 roller coasters. So this is not going too bad. And we could save a lot of money if I was better at it at the start. Okay, actually I'm gonna cut this one out. Cut it off. Because we definitely need an underground section here. Like that. And we also need one for this one. Which we're gonna do there. Awesome. Okay, now I'm gonna do that. And actually I'm gonna do that. And then I'm gonna go like that. That will also give the bonus. And that's a lot easier to build. And then we're gonna, of course, give that a sync. Oops. A white, pristine sink. With taps with golden knobs. Okay, that's the sink. Let's build path under it. So that, you know, excitement from that. Okay. You should put an entertainer on all those random footpaths just for fun. That, no. No. Money. Costs money. Okay. That one's not tested yet. This one is tested, I think. 536, yes. Okay, how about a Woody? 634, easy. Okay, this one is at 571. We're quite close. Yeah, this is totally doable. What was I thinking about? What did I mean with not doable? We're gonna have like plenty of monies left. I mean, I can still do more path boni as well. There you go, that's more path boni. Your broken sink from when you flooded yourself. I've never had a flood here. My sink, well, my faucet broke once, but I could just like put it back on. Because it didn't actually break, it was just unscrewed from years of, like, you know, you move it back and forth, the faucet. The ones over the sink. And every time I moved it to the right, it would unscrew a tiny little bit. But if you move back to the left, it doesn't, like, tighten itself. So after years of just unscrewing a tiny little bit, at some point when I just moved it again, it just broke off. And I just had it in my hand and water was spewing everywhere. I just immediately shut it off and there was, like, not even water on the floor, I think. It wasn't that much. I just screwed it back on and it was fine. Okay, so how are we on this? 610. Okay. Now only this one's left. 6. Hang on, have you just done it? With more than 2,000 left. I've opened all the ones that I can open. See if we've beaten the scenario. It would be rather nice. More music. But you don't seem to have beaten it. Which one doesn't have 6? Okay, that one has 602. 621. 619. Or does it not count as 10 different ones? Are the Steel Mini and the Junior the same? I think that's the problem. Alright, let's go for the next coaster. Let's shut these all down. And let's just go for the next coaster. There we go. Got it. I think it was the swinging suspended. So that's gonna be a nightmare. Yeah, I can't afford that. You know, I can destroy that. Get a little bit of money back from that. But I can't afford a swinging suspended. It's too expensive. Let's see, what's the cheapest one? It's 4,000. That doesn't get stat penalties. The fact that those two count as the same coaster type makes this not possible. Because I would need to have saved a lot of money. Well, maybe it is possible, but a lot harder anyway. And not possible anymore in this attempt. I'm not gonna do another. But yeah, you need this one. And it's very expensive. Maybe it's worth it to go for the next one. Not anymore. But, you know. Is the green coaster in the bottom right not the same as the one you just demolished? No, that's a mini coaster. Maybe that also counts as the same. Either it's definitely the mini coaster. The mini coaster was either the same as... No, the classic mini coaster was either the same as the Junior or the same as the mini coaster. But it's the same as one of the two. So, you know, it's the classic mini coaster, mini coaster. Yeah, maybe those are the same. But it's got the track type of the Junior, the cars of the mini coaster. I don't know. It's just that it didn't work. Which is unfortunate. But I was close. This was a fun little a fun little side project. So what do we do now? I could show you a bit more save files. I could also, which I was gonna do later, but I could also show you the Minecraft world that I'm working on, if you want to. Hang on. If I do /poll, I think that makes polls. Hang on. How do I... Do I just do it like this? Minecraft save files. Does that work? Oh, I got like that. What should I do? Question mark. Show Minecraft world. Go through more RCT save files. Alright, let's see what you guys want. There's the poll. Alright, let's open these up and let... I love you get all these little music going, but I love you get all these pop-ups from like the synchronized coasters that you obviously can't open because they're only a single station tile. This save file, by the way, is still salvageable. Just sell all the coasters, build a normal park, and you'll be fine. So currently, it's 9-9. It's 50-50. Round 217. We have literally 0 guests in the park. I'll get the guest in the park just to drown him. Just for the channel point reward. 258. Well, 217 is already gone by then. We can't get 217. Okay, going through more RCT saves is winning. So that's what we're gonna do then. We'll do the Minecraft world at some other point. Maybe once I have built more. Alright, pick one. And we'll go through it and see what it is. I mean, yeah, the poll's technically not finished yet, but yeah, it's almost finished. So. I'm just doing what the majority wants. Sinnoh region. I like Sinnoh region. It's my recreation of, well, the Sinnoh region. I'm quite proud of it. It was actually built for the maze challenge. You had to build a park with mazes. It was also, I think, for the first round. No, it was for no maze challenge. Never mind, not a round thing, just one challenge. And I got quite low points for the judges because one of the judges, Simfox, didn't get it because he had never played it, never played Pokemon, so he just thought it was a bit weird. So he gave me a low score. But yeah, I'm quite proud of this. The mazes obviously represent the patches of tall grass. They match exactly, including like this little missing bit where the briefcase is of Professor Rowan. At least in Diamond and Pearl, I'm not sure about Platinum. And you know, the sand and all the flowers and stuff, everything matches exactly. These highs are made of custom scenery. Mostly or entirely, either of the two. Yeah, you got a little sign here saying Twin Leaf Town. And here you have the one saying Route 201 and Sand Gem Town. Sinnoh's my favorite region. So I had a lot of fun making this. And oh yeah, I think this was the first time I accidentally deleted the surface. And I had some trouble getting it back. I can show you what happens if you delete the surface. Oh yeah, there's invisible footpath all over. That's how they get around. But yeah, I've just deleted that surface. But sometimes that glitches even more than that. Maybe not anymore. Maybe the glitching is fixed now, but it used to glitch a whole lot if you deleted the surface. It would like... Sorry, I almost swore there. Screw off. With your stupid stuff. There you go. Used to glitch out a lot. It doesn't do that anymore. Maybe because there's still path on it. Hang on. Let me just delete all the paths. There we go. Now the guests are wandering around a lot more aimlessly. But no, it still doesn't glitch. It just if I just lower the rest of the land to the same height. Oh, hang on. Yeah, can't lower land here. Why can I not lower the land there? Is there... Oh, it is still kind of glitching. Look through it. Oh, it was already at the lowest, but I didn't see it because it was glitching. Yeah. There's still some visual glitches. It's rather nice. It's like when you want Spider Solitaire or something. It's also kind of like a portal. It looks a bit odd. But I like it. Okay, let's go to Simfox Drowning, which someone wanted to see as well. Let's see. Simfox Drowning. It is a park built by Simfox. And for the drowning challenge, hence the name, it's rather well. It's rather nice. Do you have any BBQ parts? I have there's a scenario called with barbecue beast, like beach barbecue party or whatever. So technically that one. It's from Wacky Worlds. But yeah, this has kind of like a standard pier coaster thing, like a traveling coaster, looping thing. Oh, thank you for the Prime sub, Dr. Elf 8. And I think it's a pretty nice park. It's got actually river rapids as well. With the fences, which make for a nice custom track. Yeah, a lot of nice stuff here. Alright, let's go again. Okay, pick one from here. There's quite a few interesting parks here. Do you have any park which you did not build but that was really hard to get? No, not really. Enjoy your YouTube content. Nice to be able to support you on here. Thank you. Volcania. Alright, let's see. This is just my completion of Volcania. It is quite boring. There's nothing spectacular about this. Alright, let's do video then. I don't know what that's about. I'm getting cold on Discord. Apologies for that. A friend who forgot that I'm streaming now and am not available. No, screw off. I don't usually turn that off because people know I'm streaming. I only really turn it off, the noise from that, if I'm streaming at unusual times. Yeah, I do apologize for that. Because it's just a nuisance to have to turn it off and then back on again, and I forget and stuff like that. That's why I don't do it. Let's go to video. It's I think I made this for the video about intensity ratings. I'm not entirely sure. Actually, I think this is Actually, I think this was an attempt to make a video about like lateral G's before I like was doing YouTube, because people thought I would make video about it or something like that, and then it failed. And maybe this is about intensity actually. The intensity ratings are like good and not good. Maybe if I mean I could just rewatch the intensity video and see if this is in it. If it is in it, then obviously it was for that. I'm not going to let them call in. That's not very nice to them. Does colors have an impact on nausea rating? I don't think so. No, I'm pretty sure they don't. Whoops, I accidentally opened this bar. Well, there's something interesting here anyway. This is a park with a reverse roller coaster with more than 10 excitement. It's very long, and it has a very tall drop. And yeah, but it does have 11.59 excitement. It's also when I tried to get 10 excitement on every ride at least once. And I think I succeeded. Well, except the hardline, obviously. Which I eventually did, but with a glitch. And there's one next to it as well, which is... Oh, I thought it would be another coaster, but it's another reverser coaster. No, it's side friction. It is another one, never mind. With 10.42. Yeah, I often did like 2 of these in the same park, but I only named it after one. So, at some point I had to like find a mine train coaster with 10 excitement, but I couldn't find it. But because it was in another park with like named for another coaster or something like that. Side friction hyper. I mean, it's got a 126 meter drop. Imagine that only being held by the side friction wheels. It is safe though. It doesn't crash. So it's absolutely fine. But it is a bit scary, and I assume if guests are going to be on it, it will crash because it's heavier, and especially as these like kind of distances, the difference in speed will be quite a lot. So therefore, yeah, I don't think having guests on these is a good idea. You know what? Let's give it a shot. Let's see if they crash, if they get guests on them. Why not? Safe and doesn't crash are not exactly the same. Actually, they are. In Roller Coaster Tycoon 2. Okay, you know what? Let's make this faster. There we go. Much better. Let's first do only that one. Okay, so what we're gonna do is... Oh! I forgot. I had cheats on the entire time I was playing that scenario. Because I had them on for recording, which is a cheat save that automatically enables them. Although it might not have been the scenario. They might not turn on if you do a new scenario, actually. So I'm not sure if they were on in the scenario, but they're on here anyway. I didn't complete the scenario anyway, because the scenario wasn't nice to play. Oh, we're actually almost done with the lap. Let's do wait for full load. Disable plant withering doesn't count. No, but like guest ignore intensities, disable vandalism, disable littering, those are proper cheats. Also, disable ride breakdowns. Those are definitely proper cheats. Alright, let's see if it crashes. Of course it doesn't while it goes up the chain lift. Let's make the park look a little bit nicer. Bam. I like this feature where you can just follow the train without having any kind of window open. Thank you for the follow, MMRLM. Okay, we're almost at the top. Oh, whoops. We're on speed up. There we go. This will probably crash. Okay, what's the speed? 167. The old top speed was 157. That's 10 kilometers per hour more. Whee! I told you it would crash. It's not particularly safe. Yeah, it's the exact same story with the other one. It'll just go too fast on the hill. Whoopsie daisy. You just died. It's not my problem. It's technically not your problem because you're dead now. Action Park. This is my version of Action Park. Alright. Big one. What if you stream saved parks here? Oh yeah, we got several people named Electro in the community. Class Action Park. I don't have Dirklink's Park. I don't know if he's put it up for download. He probably has because it's finished. But yeah, Dirklink made a Class Action Mega Park. Which is your oldest stream park? Well, I can see it here. I think this one. No, this is wrong. This is my oldest Twitch stream park. This was for my very first live stream on Twitch. Not my very first live stream. That's another one. I think I know which it is. Yeah, this is also from the Twitch stream where I got the most viewers ever. More than like 2,000 because Boaty raided me on my very first Twitch stream, which was a bit overwhelming. Yeah, we got a coaster called Bum Rumbler. Yeah, we got a couple of nice coasters here. Oh yeah, we got a big ass wooden coaster called Gargantua. That's a nice name. I remember building all these rides. Well, not all of them, but I remember building... I looked at this park by accident like a few days ago. I remember building the Virginia Reel. I remember building the Harpin, which is actually named Harpin. I must have told that story then. I remember building the Vomit Comet. How would you feel if you got raided by someone massive like Jerma? Well, now I'm used to the whole Twitch stuff, and so I would not be as overwhelmed, even if it's like 10,000 viewers. I would still be a bit overwhelmed, obviously, but I feel I would able to handle it well. It would mostly be interesting to see what comes from it. You know, if a lot of people stick around for next streams, which they probably won't, because that's how it works. Alright, let's go actually to my very first live stream park, which I think was Amity Airfield. What do you think if Mr. Beast came by? Now that would be a bit of starstruck. I'm not a massive fan of his videos, I don't watch a lot of them, but I've watched quite a few and, you know, they've been good, and obviously he is Mr. Beast. I have no idea who Jeremiah is, by the way. But you know, Mr. Beast is just Mr. Beast, whether you like his videos or not. If you know who he is, you'll be starstruck. This is on 9/4/2019, which is less than a year after I uploaded my first video, and I think that this was my first live stream. It's on Amity Airfield. It's a classic for live streaming, for me anyway. And yeah, I remember building some of these guys. I remember building the red and orange floors. I definitely remember building the bobsled. Well, flying turns technically. I remember building that very well. Oh, Mr. Beast often leaves money. Oh yeah, imagine if Mr. Beast just comes in, donates 10 grand and then just, you know, records my reaction and then just leaves. I think he only... of course, the chance would be very small anyway, and basically negligible. But I think he would only do that to streamers with a face cam to see their reaction. Also, you can't directly donate, so you have to buy like, I don't know, 1,000 subs. But yeah, it's never gonna happen, obviously. It's quite a small park. I think I took like 3 hours to build this. But it was my first live stream ever, so obviously I was quite nervous. I think it was more than 3 hours long, maybe even 4 hours. It's still on my YouTube channel. You can check. But yeah, nowadays I would build like a park 3 times the size. Especially if like this. There's basically just build a ride, build path around it, rinse and repeat. Although I think I've gotten a lot better at building rides while also talking to the chat, like multitasking them. Just because, you know, I'm practicing that on streams a lot. Imagine someone do all RCT one part while building unsafe rides. At some point that's not possible, because if every ride kills your guests, but you need to make money from rides, then that doesn't really work. Alright, let's do one more park actually. And then I'll call it a night. Yeah, let's pick one from here. Beating a scenario only with real rides. Like actually building very safe rides. TV. Huh. Ah, yes. I tried to make a television. Which is why it's called TV. It didn't work. But it... Oh, that's interesting. If you're zoomed in, it's mostly black. If you zoom out, these lines take over and it becomes, well, very red. Which is rather interesting. Oh, I can show you another interesting thing there. If we go to... Oh my god, what was it called? Something with longest coaster. It's one of the longest coasters. Actually, I think I can just do the longest coaster ever. I need one that goes in a spiral. Let's see. Okay, this one doesn't go in a spiral. Let's go for... Let's just see. I kind of want the corkscrew. Do I have something that... Longest coaster ever? Yes. Okay, so this is interesting. This is 151 real life days, but that's not the interesting part. The interesting part, if I make this like yellow, and I make this red, and if you zoom out, that doesn't work as well as I thought it would. It will look, hang on, let me enable the cheat, and we go to the mini coaster, because I think it worked with that really well. No, it used to work. It used to be that, yeah, you can see it a little bit. Like, if you zoom out, oh, but only once I rotate, you can see that they are clearly different colors. The thing, because you're looking at it from a different angle. So the 4 parts are differently colored. Well, the two opposing ones are the same color. But the other one's different. But I think it used to be more pronounced. Maybe it got changed somewhere, like some kind of rendering code. Oh, you can see it quite clearly here. But let me just make them black and white. I do red supports. Oh, well, this is... Oh, it's partly because of the supports. Like, you can see the supports from one angle. You can't see them from the other. Which makes quite a big difference in... the coloring. Like you don't really see it from this angle, but if you zoom out, you suddenly see it, which I think is rather interesting. But anyway, let's get a little bit of noise going on by loading this one. A tiny, well, 30 by 30 park with a lot of guests. I think the Doom Spiral was the first video of yours I watched. I never made a video on that, so good luck. I only made a video on the next iteration of Longest Coaster, which was 232 days. Well, technically I made a video on it, but that only got like 100 views and was only linked in a Reddit post, and it's now unlisted because it was 30 seconds and it was filmed on a phone and it wasn't even true. And it was like a year or so before I uploaded my calculator video. Okay. This was a bit of a different stream, because the scenario didn't really work out that I was supposed to play. But I still had fun. Let's see if there's someone playing Roller Coaster Tycoon 2 that we can raid. Oh, someone is. Let's raid them. So, thank you very much for watching. Oh, I've raided this user before. And I will see you on Sunday, which is the next live stream. And yeah, thank you for being here. Thank you for hanging out. Shout out to T West and the Rising Ape for the channels and for being here, which is nice. And I'll see you on Sunday. Oh, and I hope you enjoyed tomorrow's video. It's a new ride overview. So, we're gonna rate this person. Have fun in their live stream. You're literally at the very end, Slime. We're gonna raid. So, good night. Bye-bye.